Hi, I'm very welcome to a new video. Today I will talk about Q and why my channel is called Awareness Q. What does Q mean? And of course, Q can mean a lot of different things. For me, Q is very much quantum, which is something we are talking a lot about today. It's also I used to think about AI and QI, like artificial intelligence and quantum intelligence. And of course, the Q is for quantum in this case. And if you think of AI in a bad controlled way, it can be a tool for bad people, so to speak, to use. It can be used in a bad way. But with the quantum intelligence is more the divine intelligence, like the universe intelligence, which can balance the bad sides of AI. And I think of AI as a tool, and like every tool, you can use tools to create things, beautiful things, to build things, but you can use the same tool to kill someone or do bad stuff with it. It's the same with a wand, a whip. If you can use it to do magic with it, or you can use it to hit somebody with it. So it's very much about the hand who is holding the tool. It's like a pen. A pen can be a really dangerous weapon when you want to fight for freedom. So it can really be a good tool, but it can also be writing very negative stuff and predicting bad stuff and scary stuff or whatever. So it's all about the hand that is holding the tool. And of course, then the mind and the heart behind that hand. And I think it's very important now that we really decide what we want to have this AI for, so that we are sure that we create an AI that really works for us and not against us. And it's very much about, again, your thoughts, your awareness, and of course the programming of the AI, and what you tell the AI to do. And I had this feeling when I was in my daughter's home lately, and she told me to do something, and I got like bing, 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 these instructions, sorry, and I had this feeling like I could only work according to the instructions that I have, because she didn't tell me this and this and this and that, and I didn't have that information, so I couldn't change whatever or be creative, because I only had this certain amount of information. And it's the same with the AI. If you tell the AI to solve a problem, you need to dictate the rules. If you want to save the planet, and you tell AI to save the planet, the first thing AI will probably do is to take away all the people on the planet, because we are the ones who destroy the planet. So then you need to tell AI to save the planet and the people. So you really need to be very specific what you want this AI to do. And also the intention behind. It's the same with our thoughts. We can't really trick universe, and if the intention behind is a bad thing, that is the thing that will grow. And I think it's the same with AI. And as I see it, there is one road path to go where everything will be more dead, like mechanic, controlled, more computer, more machines, more transhumanism, and all this stuff. That is where the technology and AI is taking over people. And on the good side, which I like to call quantum intelligence, where we really use the life force, the source force, the energy from creation and from all the creators that we are, then we can use AI as a tool. And after my last video about the burglary, a couple of days later, I got this image like, I have the solution. I will, in the future, and I hope it will not take too long, I will have a little robot, and that robot can guard my house, and it will be instead of an alarm or instead of a dog, which I don't want to be responsible for a dog, and I don't want to have a dog only to be guarding my house because I don't think that's fair to the dog. But a robot, I can have this robot, and it can even help me cleaning and working in the garden, and then it can also be like the alarm system, checking and make some kind of alarm. I haven't figured it out totally in details yet, but I think that's one of the good things that we could use AI for in the future, to guide us, to guard us, to help us, to serve us, and we can really choose what do I want this tool. It's like you have this vacuum cleaner robots, and you tell them to vacuum the house. You can use a robot in the same, like a bigger robot with more tools on it, like more skills, like more possibilities, more moods you can choose from. So that's one way that we can think of AI in a positive way. And when the vibration on Earth is getting higher and higher, then more and more people will realize that we really need to program AI to benefit the vision, to really work for us in the way we want it to work for us, and not in the direction we don't want. And of course, some people want to be transhumans and go in that direction, and it's a free choice. But if it's for you, if you are scared about AI, if you are suspicious, and maybe you have seen all one of those movies or read a book about 2001, for example, when Hal is taking over the whole spaceship, and maybe you think that this is a little bit scary. I think, like always, if you go inside yourself and try to vision what positive things can we use AI for, what benefit could humanity have from AI? I also heard a man called Sean Stone, and he had an idea that AI could possibly be the solution, actually, for to save the planet, to save humanity, to help us to find a fair solution to things, because, for example, conflicts that has been going on for thousands of years on the planet, with Palestine and Israel, for example, it's difficult to see because if you look in this time of history, they say those people live there, and then this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and more or less all people today are affected in the way they think about this conflict from some perspective. And because with AI we could put so much information in a very short time, like AI could read all the history and all the articles and all the books and all the witnesses, and it can really take in all the information, and without choosing one side, it can really see what would be the most just and good solution for as many people as possible, and give us a suggestion for a solution for that example, for a lot of things. So we could really use AI to help us, not getting divided in all these different perspectives, but instead try to get the information together and be presented maybe one or two or three different top three solutions. But in that way, I think we can really make AI work for humanity, work for a better world, for a better Earth, to save the planet and to help us along the way. For me, the letter Q is also a lot about IQ and EQ. There was an author named Daniel Goleman, something like that. He wrote a book in, I think, 1990 something, 5, called Emotional Intelligence. And for me, the Q is even important there, because for me, that was when we really start to talk about it. He opened up for a lot of discussions, and he did a lot of investigations and test groups, how the intelligence and emotional intelligence really need to, IQ, EQ need to really work together. And very often in hospitals, in care, they work too much with the IQ thing. It's very intelligent, but a lot of people got healed or well from EQ things, like somebody who was more emotional, somebody who showed them feelings, someone who did something that was not in the, what do you call it, like the manual, what you're supposed to do. And also, if you could be in a group and be with other people, so you could talk about it, get your emotions out, you had somebody to listen to you, and things like that, was really important for people to heal and get well after a sickness, or even not getting as sick as the people who was in the other group. And I think today it's even more important that we really we talk a lot today about not only emotional intelligence, we talk a lot about the heart space, the heart chakra, that we really need to not only acting from the mind, but we need to mix it together, let mind and heart cooperate in our decisions, and that we can feel more, not only think and react. And the heart is more creative, not so reactive, like I also was talking about in the last video. So that's also the letter Q. We also have the quantum physics, which is also the Q, and it's a lot about that what we thought before is not necessarily the truth, like the science that was really this was the truth before. And the more the quantum physics are working and they finding more and more things, the quantum physics go more and more together with spirituality. By the way, all the things I'm talking about here, you can look it up on internet. So if you just Google on quantum physics and spirituality, you will get a bunch of interesting articles and things to read and videos. And I think it's a very interesting subject. It in the quantum physics, for example, they realized that one particle behave in one way when it's together with this particle, and when you put two particles in, the behavior from this one will change, and it means that we are all one. And I think this is the same with people. I am like this, but when I have this friend with me, I will behave a little bit different. And when I have two or three friends coming in, then the context will change, which means I will also change, because they will influence maybe what I want to say, what I get inspired to say, what I start to think about, and one thing lead to another thing. And we can see that this is the same with the physics, like an atom or whatever, an atom, whatever we are talking about. And also that things can change when you start to watch things. They start to behave different, which is also the same with people. So, like I said, I'm not trying to explain all this because it's a big thing, but you can really Google it if you're interested to see. For me, the most important thing is that we really make science and spirituality coming together. And we realize that individuality for me is very important, but I'm also always relating, and I'm getting created, and I am creating myself and others when I be around them. And the more aware we can be of this interaction that is going on all the time, the more positive energy, the more higher vibes we can spread for everyone, for the whole planet, for all of us. And another very interesting thing with the letter Q is the quantum financial system, which I think is very interesting. And there's so many things where if we see it as we have this quantum field where all potential is, everything that ever had exists, will exist, or could exist, or do exist, is in the field. So the potential of everything is there. So if we can connect and really use this quantum field for a quantum financial system, I think that could be really super great. There's a lot of new technology. You can Google blockchain. You can Google a public ledger, which is a system where you can follow. Like a blockchain is how you can follow every transaction. It's like a chain of blocks with information, so you can see where the money goes. And the ledger is like the book where you can find the information, to make it very simple. And by doing this, I think we could really keep track of where money ends up, where they shouldn't end up. A lot of people are a little bit scared. They are afraid of this getting like government control and money control and like Big Brother 1984, George Orwell. But I think that because this public ledger is not owned by a government, this is public, so it's for everyone to see. There is just information, and nobody really owns it or controls it, and it's also more or less impossible to fix it, to change it, to hide it, to manipulate it. It's there. It's like information. And I think that actually most people are good people. And personally, I don't have anything that I need to hide. If I buy this or send money to someone, it's like I'm not doing bad stuff. So if someone can can see, okay, you did this and that will not be a problem for me. But I think that the people who really has the most to lose from a transparent system is bad guys, people who wants to do bad things, who wants to cheat, who wants to steal money, who wants to take money, move money. And we all know about the world is full of corruption. We all heard about like help organizations, for example, Red Cross and organizations similar to them, that they get a lot of money, but a lot of money disappear on the way. So the money doesn't get to where they are supposed to go. We know a lot of businesses, they know how to move money around all over the world to escape tax system and things like that. So I think the small people, we like normal people, we don't have so much to hide. We never had enough money to really do bad stuff with them, because we don't have enough to even think about how to put them in an account in some island somewhere. So I think that actually this system could be a really good system to make it not totally impossible, but very hard to do bad stuff in the system. And if you manage, it will be discovered, and you can't just cover the traces, because this blockchain, this information will always be there. So you can't deny it. So and there is a lot of things in the system to really make it safe, and also to make it impossible for bad people to do bad things like drug money, human trafficking money, things like that. It will not be possible anymore. Which for me, if the price I have to pay is that someone can see if I send money to my mother, I think a price I really would like to pay. And as long as this is not a government or a person or a dictator or whatever controlling the system, when it's really the public ledger, it's not owned by anyone who really could be able to control you. We are all controlling it together. And there will be cash in the system. And for people who really needs cash, there will be cash. So we don't have to worry about that. And here again is where AI comes in. If we can really use all this new technology for the benefit of all of us, to flush out, to really get rid of all these bad gangsters, and we can make sure that the wealth in the world is more equal distributed. I think that could be fantastic, because now we have a lot of resources, we have a lot of money in the world, but they are all in one little place, or in just a few pockets, which means that a lot of people who wants to do good have very much difficulties to do it, because they don't have the resources. And money is not everything, but I think money created the problem we have today. And I also think that money is the solution to get out of a lot of the problems that we have today. I could talk very long about this, because it's really my little baby, but I will not. Instead, I will leave you today with hopefully the feeling of not having to be afraid of the new economic system. You don't have to be afraid of AI. You don't have to be afraid of quantum technology whatsoever. As long as you connect to your heart, you choose which way you want to go. Is it the transhuman anti-life way, or do you want to go the heart, love, life, light, nice, making the world a better place for everyone path, then you can just choose that one. So it's totally up to you. As always, be aware of what you want, what you choose, and what you think, and create what you want. And together we can make this world a wonderful place, I'm sure. Like always, looking forward to get some comments and questions is also very welcome. Then I get questions, make me inspired to talk about things. It's like triggers for me, like, oh, then I know what to talk about. So please ask questions and put some comments, and hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.